What's up, everybody? CJ here, aka Hamsanity. Welcome to another Backbreaker stream. It's the last game in the D League of Week 5. So, let me make sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, Week 5. It's the last game of Week 5. It's Scorpions versus the others. Scorpions are at home, others are the away team. And there are 10 weeks in the D League season. So, that would make this the halfway point as soon as this game's over. And here's the kickoff by the Scorpions. Notable things to know about these teams coming into the game. What can I think of? Neither team has really any notable injuries. Both teams actually do have an injury apiece, but neither of those injuries is affecting any starters, and so it's not a it's not a big deal. What else? The Scorpions currently have the best record in the league. They're 3-1, and the others are 2-2. So if the others win this game, then there will be a three-way tie for first place. Three teams will be 3-2. Two of them are on the field right now, and one of them is the Savages. Nice completion to Brownlee on their first play. And then if the Scorpions win, they will be the outright first place team halfway through the season. So Aiden Daggs on the first play steps up, throws a lob to Brownlee in between the seams. Best way to beat that zone coverage, that deep coverage. Big play on their first play, and they're already across the 50. It took them one play. This other's offense can be very dangerous. Good receivers. I don't remember who their halfback is. We'll have to see. It's Faraday, right? Yeah. Okay. Faraday. There's so many Faradays that I don't remember. It's not Jeb. Jeb's a linebacker, I think, a middle linebacker for a different team. I'm pretty sure. This Faraday, I want to say, is like Jason. Ooh, that could be very wrong. I could look, but not exactly sure. Let's just stick to the play-by-play for now. So 2nd and 7 after the short run. Not a bad short run. And there's a big completion to number 82, who will get tackled from behind. But Aiden Daggs, it only takes him 2 throws, and he's got over 50 yards for a total of 55. 2 throws, and the man's got 55 yards. Man. Nice play. We're going to look at that one more time. And I just realized that my mic is the wrong mic. Let me fix that very quickly. Oh, snap. And I forgot to look at that. Man, I'm all over the place. Here's a handoff for Faraday going to the right side. Let me try and fix this microphone issue very quickly. Okay, I should be back here on the commentary as the run gets blown up on the right side. I think I had the wrong mic equipped, but I should be good now. So, sorry about that. A lot of screw-ups for me starting out some of these streams. I really need to get focused. Number 34 on the pitch to the left. Losing 3 brings up 3rd and 9. And the others are marching quickly. Here's a run to Faraday. He's only going to pick up 1. And that's going to bring up 4th down inside the red zone. Faraday turns us up the field. It's got maybe a one-on-one, maybe a one-on-2, but one-on-one tackle comes. 4th and 8. So a nice drive, a pretty quick drive to get into the red zone, but since then, not a whole lot happening for the others. And they're going to have to settle for a field goal. Destin Cushman knocks the field goal through to make it a 3-0 lead. The others are up early. If the others can move the ball like half of their possessions, the way they moved the ball in that first possession, then it's going to be pretty hard to beat them. And Randall jukes one defender and then goes down. That's Connor Randall. Second string, or no, sorry, first string receiver for the Scorpions. All right, so 1st and 10 from their own 30. Here's Malcolm Smith on the run, goes nowhere on first. So Malcolm Smith, if I'm correct, is like leading the league in rushing yards. I could be way off, but I think I'm right. Here's a drop back throw. Tebow hit as he throws. Malcolm Smith going to make a defender miss and tightrope the sideline, picking up 9 yards. So nice play. Would have been tackled for a loss, but Malcolm Smith with the juke picks up 9. That leads to a 3rd and 1. So 3rd and short here. And Smith's going to get it done, picking up 2. Nice run there on 3rd and 1. Gets the 2 yards that they need, and that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 41. And here's Smith going to gain 3. Not bad blocking. And he finds a gap in the middle of the line. Short gain, but 3 yards isn't that bad. So that's a nice way to run the ball on first down. Here's a 2nd and 7 play. They pitch it to Arthur Schur, who's wrapped up by McIntosh. McIntosh flies into the backfield. Number 94. It's, on paper, he's one of the best D tackles in the D League. And he shows off speed and strength and quickness because he got into the backfield quickly, too. 3rd and 11 after the tackle for a loss. And here's a throw right side intended for Connor Randall. He makes the grab, makes a defender miss, making more defenders miss. Still going. Touchdown, Connor Randall. 60 yards. And just like that, the Scorpions take the lead. Tim Tebow throwing the first touchdown of the day. So Tebow had the time he needed in the pocket. He finds Connor Randall wide open. And I don't think Randall got touched. Too much quickness and too much speed. We'll look at it one more time. Not too much extra to see, because he didn't break any tackles. He just showed off the athleticism. Runs a nice little, you call that a 20-yard curl, I guess? I'm not exactly sure. And then nice juke. Makes another defender miss. And too much speed. Grisham can't keep up. Connor Randall for 60 yards. So if you watched our first game today, that was the Savages hosted the Bulls. If you didn't watch that, go check it out. Cody Smith had a 68-yard touchdown at one point in that game, receiving touchdown. So that was fun to watch. And it looked a little bit like that touchdown you just saw from Randall. Maybe it was a little better. It was 8 yards longer and probably had another juke or two. But either way, impressive. So after the touchdown, the Scorpions take the lead at home. And now they're kicking off. Is this play still going? Okay. Looks like whoever returned that was just on top of a pile. Did get it back to the 39. Not a bad return. And here's the play fake, an immediate throw to what looks like a tight end. It's number 82 again, Thompson. Thompson's going to come down with this one for a 21-yard gain. I think it was 20 plus. I didn't see exactly how much it was, but nice gain by the others. So actually, let's go to the free cam because I want to show how well the play fake worked. It just kind of froze the defense up for just a little bit. So they play fake, and like the defense is in coverage, but the linebackers kind of sit around. They don't fly out to their spots. And that gives enough time for this corner route to develop. Great throw by Aiden Daggs. First down, others. So the Scorpions are up right now, but it's going to be a tough game for the Scorpions because it seems like they're having a hard time stopping the others. Here they go. They do stop the others, but they had to commit a penalty. So there's a flag down, and it's accepted. Pass interference on number 96, and for good reason. So after the pass interference was 1st and 10 from the 36, already marching again, just like they did on their last possession. Aiden Daggs drops back, looking to throw, throws over the middle. It's caught, and a juke is made by the tight end. Picks up 26 yards. Thompson with 77 yards in the first quarter. So let's go check out Thompson here. That's his 3rd catch of the day, and he's tearing this defense apart. Maybe today is his day. Just runs behind the second level, and this is always great. When you make 2 defenders run into each other, that's beautiful. Then breaks another tackle. Maybe he doesn't break this tackle, but he pushes him to the ground and keeps going. And Lamar Power finally comes and cleans up the play. Lamar Power, the 3rd. And that's going to bring up 1st and goal from the 10. So another successful drive down the field to get into the red zone. Now will they capitalize or settle for another field goal? And this one's thrown up in the back of the end zone. Caught for a touchdown by Thomas Brownlee. He didn't have the ball in his possession for very long, but they're giving him the touchdown. So we're going to have to look at this again. Daggs puts way too much air under this. Honestly, the defensive back just didn't make a play when he should have. Could have made a play on the ball. And I mean, man, I don't know. That was close. The last game we saw something similar, but I think the one we saw last game was a touchdown. So what's going to happen is he's going to catch it, and he's going to get both feet down. 1, 2, yeah, okay. So he catches it right here. His left foot is already on the ground, and then his right foot definitely touches the ground right there, and the ball's still in his possession. So in Backbreaker's mind, he's got a touchdown, so he can drop the ball. I don't know why they like to drop the ball after they score touchdowns. I don't know if it's to add to the physics or something, but in the NFL, that might not have been a touchdown. But in Backbreaker, it definitely is. And so the others are going to take the lead right back. It was only about a minute off the clock from when they gave up the touchdown to when they score a touchdown. So now after the touchdown, the others kick off. Look at Randall, and then gets tackled by his own teammate. So Randall jukes a defender, breaks a tackle, and then his own teammate ends up taking him down. But he does get it to the 29. Let's see what they decide to do here. 1st and 10. Time to retaliate if you're the Scorpions. And Malcolm Smith up the gut, inside zone, only gaining a yard. 2nd and 9 after the short run. Here's Tebow dropping back, and Meekwa flies into the backfield for a sack. So fast, no chance. Meekwa making this a 3rd and long, and that play lasted maybe a second, maybe a full second. And telling you what I saw is using Tebow. I saw Meekwa coming off the edge. I moved. I tried to get out of the way, but I couldn't. So Yeah, that's just how fast that speed was. Here's the 3rd and 16 play. Tebow's going to throw left. Connor Randall catches it and gets absolutely creamed, but he hangs on to it. So Connor Randall, I think, was already leading this team in yards, in receiving yards, and continues to do so. And here's another completion. Here's a 3rd and 16. So this is key play, and gets absolutely crushed by Grisham, I think is the name. Yeah. Grisham puts the hit on him, but it doesn't matter. He makes the grab, picks up the 1st down, and Mequa's sack basically is meaningless at this point. Here's a run, Malcolm Smith making some defenders miss, and he picks up 8. So there's a good run from Malcolm Smith to make it 2nd and very manageable. Bounces at the line of scrimmage, but stays on his feet. Jukes out 2 defenders and then fights forward. Nice play. 2nd and 2. And Malcolm Smith puts his head down, picks up 3 yards when he needed to. Malcolm Smith having not a bad quarter here on the ground. Speaking of the quarter, there's only 20 seconds left in it. Score is 10-7. Others are up. Here Smith runs and loses a yard. Going to bring up a 2nd and 11. So after 2 nice runs, leading in 11 yards total, the following run leads to a -1 yard. 2nd and 11. Tebow drops back, throws left, caught by Fletcher, who picks up 17 through the air. So a nice play there. They didn't want to show us the replay. It's nothing too crazy, but it's not great coverage. It looks like some sort of cover 3 zone, and Fletcher hits the seam, hits the open space with the post route, and that's going to end the 1st quarter. The score is 10-7. Parts unknown, others are up against the San Antonio Scorpions, and the Scorpions are the home team, so home team usually has an advantage in these games, but it'll be interesting to see if they'll have one for this game. Now here's a Malcolm Smith run. Only goes for 3. Looks like it could have gone for more. But still, 3 is always good, and the blocking was good up front. The 3-yard run's going to lead to a 2nd and 7. Tebow drops back to throw. Steps up in the pocket and overthrows his intended target. That's his 1st incomplete pass of the game. He still has over 100 yards. He got all of those yards in the 1st quarter. So an impressive throwing outing or passing outing for him in the 1st. But right there, overthrows his target. Was getting hit as he was thrown. It wasn't pure inaccuracy. But regardless, now it's 3rd and 7. Tebow's going to shake and bake and lose 13. Got froze up, didn't know what to do, decided he wanted to run with it, and ends up losing big yardage here. The defense was too fast. He tried to let the play develop, and then run to the outside. And because of the yardage he lost, they don't believe that their field goal kicker can make it from here. It would be a 62-yard field goal, if I'm correct. So I get what they're saying. They're not. I would put money on it. There's no kickers in the D-League making it from 62. There's Mequa on the return, getting this to the 17. So I guess not a bad punt. They did punt from the 42-yard line. So not exactly the longest punt. And here's a throw to the outside. It's caught. Tackle is broken. Another tackle is broken. Finally goes down, but not until he picks up 22. So Thompson continues to dominate here in this 1st half. So here he is again. They line up in the jumbo set. They got 3 tight ends out there. No receivers. And he just runs to the flats, and the linebackers are too far off of him. Get off of me. Breaks a tackle. Get off of me. Breaks a tackle. Finally tackled by number 45. But dang, the man was showing off the strength on that play. 1st and 10 now. Another big chunk of yardage taken by the others. At the 4-minute mark, here's the counter run, and Faraday's going to gain 2. So after the short run, I'm actually going to look up very quickly. Others, nope, it just says J, so I'm not exactly sure. And here's the snap. They're throwing left. It's caught, and he's going to pick up the first down. Thomas Brownlee with his 3rd grab in this game. They're really not showing any of these replays. And, I mean, I guess it's because every single play that the others have feels like it's a first down unless they run it. So here it is. It's like a 10-yard curl. Great throw, great route, first down. 14 more yards. And now they're across the 50 to the 45-yard line. Already in enemy territory again. Like, what is that, the 3rd, 4th time in this half? And here's another run, but they only gain 1 on the pitch play. Faraday gets this one on the outside, cuts it up the field, which might have been the mistake, and only gains 1. After the short run, on the 44 now. And a quick throw left side, caught by Brownlee, 6 more yards. Brownlee having a nice first half. He is being a little bit overshadowed by, I forget the name, number 82, the tight end, who has 99 yards already in this half for the others. It's kind of being overshadowed. Brownlee is kind of being overshadowed by the tight end, but still 50 yards, 50-plus yards and a half. That's pretty good receiving. And there's still more than half of the second quarter to go, so he could potentially have a bigger half than that. And what is this, 3rd down? He got the first. Faraday picks up 3. I don't know if you saw that, but he stuck the ball out at the goal, or not at the goal line, but at the first down marker. So here it is again. I think it was 3rd. I don't even remember. 3rd and 3. Dags gives it to Faraday. Faraday hits the hole and hits a defender. Good strength. Falls forward. Here it is. Sticks the ball out. He's not down yet. He's on top of defenders. Then he finally goes down. He sticks the ball out like the whole time. And then finally brings it back in. Goes down. First down, others. So the run game hasn't been crazy efficient, but it's been efficient when they need it to be. Another first down. Here's another run. This time they're going to lose a yard. Make that a 12-yard total for Faraday here in the first half. 2nd and 11. The others coming out 4 wide. Here's some motion, and now they change it to trips left. And throw left side, caught, and a broken tackle. Another, no, not a broken tackle. This one's Fenton. Fenton is like at least a 3rd string receiver, maybe 4th. Dags trusts all of his receivers, though. And nice play to break a tackle and get this inside the 5-yard line. Almost scoring a touchdown. 2 yards or 3 yards shy. Nice play. Man, they are absolutely tearing it up. So here's Fenton. He's playing slot receiver. I think he's a 4th string. And then they slide over. Trips left, and he just kind of runs straight and shows off the strength there, breaking the tackle and hanging on to the football. Finally, Lamar Power saves the day, or at least saves the play, dragging him down, preventing the touchdown, but now they're in the red zone again. Last time they were here, they scored a touchdown through the air to Thomas Brownlee, I believe. Let's see what they do here. They're going to run, and they score it. It is Jason, so I do have that confirmed. Jason Faraday walks in untouched from 3 yards out to extend this lead, and the others are looking dominant. Very dominant here in this first half. So not a super impressive play in terms of what actually happened, but the fact it was about the result, and that's why we go and watch all of the replays on touchdowns just to make sure. Easy money. The blocking was perfect. I do want to throw that out there. This O-line absolutely destroyed. Look at that. Look at that. And the tight end, that's number 82. That's the guy who has 99. That's Thompson, the guy who has 99 receiving yards in this half. Doesn't even care. He's not just about the receiving yards. He's about his team scoring touchdowns. If you're looking for a nice tight end, that might be somebody to draft. And point after touchdown, PAT is good. Now they're going to kick off. So after the score, the parts unknown others are up against the San Antonio Scorpions, 17-7. And here's Connor Randall making some plays, making some people miss. Connor Randall down the sideline. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Who is this? Who is another juke? Connor Randall, touchdown. 79-yard kick return touchdown. Connor Randall. This week, that's the third kick return touchdown in week 5. One was from Highlight, Mr. Highlight 84 himself. One was from Hamza Dinkins, and those were in the same game. They played each other. And then here, last game of week 5, Connor Randall breaking ankles all over the field. 79 yards. Well, of course, we have to watch this again. Here's Randall, runs up to the ball, catches on the move. So first of all, this kick is horrible. Look where he catches it at. They credit him for 79 yards. It's probably 78. Runs right, runs back left, juke you, jukes Miqua. Another juke. That's 4 more defenders. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not doing that. Oh my gosh, just 8 defenders. Here comes Miqua, much faster, by the way, than Randall. Look at that speed to catch up. 9, 10 defenders. 10 defenders. You can only have 11 on the field at the same time. That means there was only one player that he left unjuked. And that's probably because they couldn't get to him. But oh my, look at the moves. Here, we got to go through that last little transition. We got to go through that in slow-mo. Just all these jukes. Just no, your ankles. Your ankles. Are we talking about ankles? Oh, well, here's your ankles. Oh, you two right here? Thank you. I'll take those. I'll take these. Nice block there. Outruns. And then I wanna point out. Hold on, let me see this. So you remember how number 1 gets juked back here? Let me show the speed. See this juke right here? Number 1, that's Miqua. Jukes Miqua. Actually, no, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Miqua cam. Right here. Look at this. Gets juked. Slides. Look how far away Randall is. Look at the pursuit. Goes around all these players. Look at this. Look at his speed. And we know Connor Randall's fast. This is next level speed, but ends up getting juked out of their shoes. Touchdown on the kick return by the Scorpions. So the Scorpions might be able to stay in this game. It was looking like the others were about to try and pull away. If they got a stop on that possession, it was going to look really bad, but the Scorpions are still in it now, and only problem is now they have to play defense again. Alon Santa Claus punts this one away. Sorry, kicks this one away. And now here is, I don't know who that is on the return. Number 11? Not even sure. It's not the primary kick returner, just know that. 1st and 10 from their own 30, so 70 yards for a touchdown. If that's what they're going for. Aiden Daggs, quick throw, right side, caught for 15 more yards to Thompson. So Thompson with a 114-yard half through the air. We didn't necessarily see what happened right there. Let's look at this again. I mean, we know Thompson caught it for 15, but kind of looked like there was some contact. Just want to look at it again. Thompson doesn't look that fast to me, but he's obviously got some level of strength because he's breaking tackles and making tough catches. And that's what you got to have for that, for both of those things. You got to have a high strength rating. Here's a play fake. Daggs right side. This time, I think going back to Thomas, but it falls incomplete. If that pass is complete, Daggs would only have 1 incompletion on the day and have over 200 yards in the first half. But it's going for Thompson again. and falls incomplete. So I Suck, primary receiver on this team, first string receiver, has less yards than Thomas Brownlee, the second string receiver for the others. But, I mean, they kind of always worked hand in hand, like nice duo. But here, they're not even going to I Suck, not even trying, as they get a completion right side. There's I Suck as soon as I say something. 23 yards to I Suck. We'll look at it one more time because we didn't get to see it. So here he is, I Suck number 0. I was just saying, they haven't even thrown him the ball this game. Here, he just runs like a quick 5-yard curl comeback. Oh, hold on. So, nice juke here, but look at his right foot. He steps out of bounds right there. He steps out of bounds right there. He steps out of... Oh, no, okay, so twice. He stepped out of bounds twice. They didn't call it. And he ends up getting an extra, like, 10 yards out of it. But, still, nice play. We do see that sometimes in backbreaker. And now they're threatening to score with some quick plays, quick shots down the field. And here's a flag thrown. Gonna be PI, I'm guessing. Yes, defensive PI on number 99, Seth Hudson. That kind of looked like minimal contact to me, but a lot of times PI goes uncalled in this game. So we're definitely, it's what happened. Aiden Daggs rolling left, sets his feet, throws left, incomplete, intended for Fenton. Clifton Fenton was the intended target on the play, but not able to bring this one in. Couldn't get the feet down. Fenton already had the big play earlier. If he catches that one, I was going to say there's no stopping this team. Here they go. Counter run. Faraday going to gain 3. Not a bad run for Faraday. They call a timeout, do the others. 3rd and 7. The others still have 1 timeout left. And here's a quick throw left side. Incomplete. Aiden Daggs, exactly 222 yards. 222 yards in the first half. And looks like he's going to end with that unless they get another possession. He hits I Suck in the hands. And ball falls incomplete. Clock stops. 1:30 left. And they're going to kick a field goal. That's a 43-yard field goal. And it looks like it's going to go through. Yes. Destin Cushman from 43 hits it with ease. Looked like there was a lot of distance on that ball. Probably could have gone another 10, 15, maybe even 20 yards. Who knows? So after the 3 points to make it a 20-14 lead, now the others are going to kick off to the man who has the touchdown from earlier. And look at the shiftiness again, looking like he was another juke away from maybe breaking a big one off, but Hag brings him down. So now the Scorpions will start on their own 22. A touchdown on this drive would give them the lead. Here's a throw to the main man, Connor Randall, making people miss. Oh my God, no way. No way. Connor Randall, untouched, end zone. Scorpions, 68-yard touchdown, Connor Randall. I literally just said a touchdown gives them the lead. And what do? Tim Tebow throws a 68-yard strike on the first play from scrimmage for a touchdown. Connor Randall runs a post, makes 3 defenders miss with a juke, and then I think he outruns Hag, I want to say is who number 46 is. That could be Grisham. That's Grisham. Outruns Grisham. This game has been more than eventful. Here's Randall, runs a post, just gets behind that first level of the zone defense. Second level is the 3 safeties. Jukes 2 of them out of their shoes. And Jukes McDowell, not Jukes, but McDowell can't catch him. And then here's Grisham, and does a good job to cut and kind of run towards the sideline. And easy touchdown. Connor Randall, 68 yards. Well, not easy, but because he's fast, he made it look easy. And just like that, the Scorpions take the lead again. Crazy first half in terms of scoring, especially on the Scorpions side, with the 3 touchdowns, 2 of them being of the spectacular 68-plus yard fashion. And the others have shown more dominance in general, especially with time of possession and first downs, but it's not about those sometimes. Sometimes it's about, well, it's always about who can score more points. And right now, that's the Scorpions. 107 left in the first half. That's enough time for somebody to do some sort of damage. And the others have the ball. They will have to go the length of the field, but we've seen that they can do that. And Dags is going to throw a completion to the left side to Thomas Brownlee for 27 yards. And they call a timeout, so I am going to get to go look at this, but they didn't show it to us. I don't know why they do that all the time. Here's Brownlee. He's going to pick up 27. I'm guessing he's going to run a post. It's probably the most efficient route in the game. No, just runs a streak. And his ball's just thrown in a good spot. And there's some bad tackling here. Got 3 guys miss. And he finally goes down. 27-yard gain. Parts unknown others. And now they come out. Trips right from the opponent. 45. Play fake. Throw. And it's a completion. 15 yards to Clifton Fenton. Aiden Dags is absolutely torching this defense right now. And he's going to spike it right here. There's a spike. Look at that stat. Look at that stat line. 264 yards in the first half. He's on pace for a 500-yard game. Absolutely torching this defense. They shift tight end. They pitch here. Here's Faraday going to fall forward. No, he's breaking tackles. Is he still going? 12 yards on the ground from Faraday. And I can't show you the replay because they're going to hurry up spike it. But a nice run on the outside by Faraday. And now it's 2nd and 10 in the red zone on the 17. 41 seconds. That's plenty of time. And they're going to run it. They run the draw to Faraday. This time the run doesn't go anywhere. Here it is again, completely blown up in the backfield. He was trying to break some tackles, but not able to do so. Such a fast-paced half. And the clock is moving. They come out 5 wide. Dags quickly to the right side, and they're going to lose 2. They go to Jeter here. I promise you his name is not Derek Jeter. It's like, I don't even know what his first name is. It could be Derek, actually. I shouldn't promise you that because I don't know what it is. But if that's his name, he's not a user-created player. That's a name that was already on him. Anyways, they failed the 3rd and 10, and they even stopped the clock, which was a mistake. If they weren't going to get the conversion, they should have just gone for the lead, which is what they'll get as Cushman knocks it in from exactly 40 yards away. So Cushman is 3 for 3 here in the first half, which gives the others a 2-point lead, and they're kicking off with 25 seconds left to the Scorpions. And Connor Randall unable to grab this kick and doesn't return it from he's going to fall on a defender. That's pitiful. He scooped it up inside the 5, didn't let it go into the end zone, so he had to turn around and run it. And now they're going to start on their own 13. Here's Tebow. He's going to take off with it. Tebow's making defenders miss, but he only grabs 3 yards. That was McIntosh, a D tackle, who was chasing Tebow down there. Scorpions call a timeout. Less than, 10 seconds left? Or exactly 10 seconds left. 2nd and 7. Tebow takes the snap. Tebow throws right side and hits Fletcher in the hands, but he can't hang on to the football. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 with 2 seconds on the clock. So here it is again. Tebow, the time he needs in the pocket, but Grisham on the coverage knocks the ball free. 3rd and 7. Two seconds on the clock. Tebow takes the snap. Tebow throws right and intended for Fletcher, but he's behind his intended receiver. It's going to fall incomplete off of inaccuracy, and that's going to end the first half. The score at halftime is Parts Unknown Others 23, San Antonio Scorpions 21. So the others have been way more consistent here in the first half. but the Scorpions have had the big plays necessary to keep competing. If I had to guess, I would say the others, if the teams continue to play the way they're playing, you got to think the others should be able to pull this out because they're absolutely dominating on offense, especially passing. But that's the beauty of football. You never know. Let's go ahead and get into this second half. Here's Rose, and I said there were no significant injuries for the Scorpions. Rose is the fifth-string receiver, and he actually is playing injured. It's a minor injury, obviously, because he's playing through it. But he does have I think it's a -10 effect to all of his attributes because he's injured. So, definitely didn't have any speed on that return. Anyways, let's go ahead and open up this first half with Malcolm Smith running defenders over and picking up 7 yards. So, nice run there. The blocking was really nice. Smith just couldn't really make anything extra happen. But he did get the 7, 2nd and 3. This time he's going to fall down as soon as he gets the ball, loses a yard. 3rd and 4 now. So after a nice run on first, you think, hey, we just do the same thing. Let's run it right back at him up the middle. But nope, doesn't work. Now they have 3rd down to look at. Tebow drops back, throws right. Connor Randall with a leaping grab, does take a hit, but he picks up 18 yards in the first down, and the man has 164 yards on the day. So Tebow throws this pass a little too high, but Connor Randall doesn't care. Goes and makes the grab anyway. Great tackle, by the way, number 48. Absolutely hit the mess out of Connor Randall. First and 10. Tebow drops back, throws again. This one's behind Fletcher, but Fletcher grabs it and picks up 22 yards. So the pass coverage for both teams has been relatively atrocious, considering both teams are giving up crazy amounts of passing yards. There's Fletcher, 22 yards. He runs a post. The post route is killing both of these teams. It's like they keep running these cover 3 zones instead of manning up. Tebow throws this one up right side. It's caught by York. York going to make some defenders miss and pick up 12. So York is actually one of the leading, I know he's top 3, maybe top 2 in yards on this team. That's only his first grab today, but comes at a nice time because now they're inside the 10-yard line. So now down on like the 9 or the 8, Tebow takes the snap. And he's just going to throw this one away, and it's almost intercepted. Tebow, come on now. Oh, that's hilarious. Tebow throws the ball away to avoid taking the sack because you are in the red zone. That is probably where you need to not take a sack. And look at the ball. He throws it away, but I guess because he's moving away, he doesn't get enough under this pass, and Malcolm Smith could catch this. Yeah, this might have been picked off by Grisham if the linebacker, Briggs, didn't screw this up. He hits his own teammate. This could have been an interception. So Tebow almost makes a mistake when he was trying to be conscious of mistakes and not make a mistake. But it works out when that doesn't happen to him. 2nd and goal. He goes in zone. There's a flag down. It's definitely PI. It's about who's it on. And they're calling it on York. They call pass interference on Ethan York in the end zone. So after that call, the Scorpions are going to have to move back 11 yards to the 19-yard line. And here's Tebow going out one way, but ends up losing 4. He tried. He did what he could, but it's not going to work out for him. He only loses 4, so I think they're still, well, they're on like the 22. They're still in field goal range. It is 3rd and goal, because of the flag. That kind of threw me off. I thought it was fourth now, but third. See what they do here. And Tebow's throwing end zone, caught and dropped. Collier, that would have been his first catch of the game, and it would have been a touchdown. But he can't hang on through the contact. He got hit pretty good in the midsection. Nice coverage, going to lead to a field goal. So if Santa Claus can knock this in from 42, which I think he should be able to do, then this is going to be a lead for the others. And it goes in 43, my bad. Goes in from the 43 yards out. They take the 1-point lead, but will it be enough? I personally do not think it'll be enough. It's not about, is this 1-point lead enough? It's about the next time the others score, can they retaliate? Because I think it's almost a guarantee the others are going to get on the board again. There's over 8 minutes in this game still left. So, 1st and 10 now from their own 35. Dags takes the snap, fakes the pitch, and throws a quick strike to I Suck. 7 yards. Nice throw by Dags. And I Suck, able to hang on through the contact. He is a possession bias receiver. So it does have the strength normally. It shows it off there. 2nd and 3. Here's Dags. They're going to run it. They've had a really good blend of pass and run today, and Faraday makes this a 12-yard run. The blocking from the others' O-line, perfect on this play. He doesn't really have a lot of speed, but he outruns the linebacker. That's all he needed to do was outrun that one linebacker, and it turns into a 10-plus yard carry for 12. I'll show it to you again. We don't have a lot of runs that go for more than 10. So Jason Faraday, they flip this play, and he runs a counter, and look, the blocking is just so good. There's no one that's penetrating from the inside that's going to catch him. There was one missed block. I would say 78 should go block that linebacker. That's the one screw up here because he tries to block 91 back there. But it doesn't matter. Faraday fast enough to outrun this linebacker and does a good job putting his head down to pick up extra yardage. 1st down, others. So what has been a fast-paced, high-scoring game so far continues, and this pass intended for I Suck falls incomplete. Aiden Dags looking to I Suck, and the coverage was a little too good. Here on 2nd and 10, they're going to run it to the left side. Faraday loses a yard. He's still having a pretty decent day statistically, considering he's only got 13 carries and no catches. 3rd and 11 after the loss. The others haven't faced a lot of 3rd downs in their own territory today, but this time they run it, and Faraday only gains the yard back that he lost the previous play. That's going to lead to a 4th down. So definitely expect a punt here. They're only down 1 with most of the second half to go. There's good job by the D-ends and linebackers to plug up that run. Here is the punt. Randall back to return. Randall just continually juking outside and almost turns that into a touchdown, but it is a crazy nice return. Anyways, gets him to the 31. I think that was like a 20-plus yard return. 1st and 10 now for San Antonio. Here's Arthur Schur, 2nd string back, picks up 3. Arthur Schur, not a bad halfback, especially if he has a 2nd string back. There's a few teams he could probably start for in the D-League. And definitely a good compliment to Malcolm Smith in the Scorpions backfield. Here's the second down play. Speaking of Smith, he tries to run this one up the middle, and McIntosh, absolutely just too big and too strong. No, thank you. You can go anywhere else. Not the middle. Not with McIntosh in the middle. It's not going to work. 3rd and 9. Tebow tried to run, ends up getting sacked, loses 5, which is not a good thing because they're going to have to punt from inside their own territory, which gives the others a pretty good chance to score. Didn't see anything he liked down the field and was waiting for an opening to open up on the O-line, and there was a few, but nothing too big, and ends up taking the sack. Meekwa hit pretty hard on the return, but they're going to start on their own 49, so basically midfield to start a possession. That's always something that you'll take. That's a good look for your team. Coming out trips right, they motion to trips left, and Faraday spinning for 6. Nice pitch. They pitch it to the left, and he's running, cuts up the field, and then spins into a tackle, but away from one tackle. So it spins away from one tackle into another. Tyson in on the stop. 2nd and 4. Nearing the 1-minute mark, Dags takes a snap. Quick throw right side. And number 34, that's the second-string halfback, Warren. I think his name is TJ Warren. I'm not sure. But Warren picking up a little bit of yardage on the right side. Did break a tackle. I think he actually broke 2 tackles before Lamar Power finally brings him down. So 3rd and 2. Will they run or will they pass? Aiden Dags hands it to Malcolm Smith. Oh, sorry, Faraday. Malcolm Smith's on the other team. Hands it to Jason Faraday, who picks up a nice 7 when they only needed 2. We'll look at this another time. Here's Faraday. Looks like a blitz is coming from the left side, but they just run it up the middle, and the blocking is perfect. Ooh, he throws number 44 on the ground. Who is that? Grant? I don't know who that is. Some sort of DB, but a DB stood no chance in making that tackle. 1st down, others. Now inside the 40. They motion Faraday to the tight end position. And a quick throw right side caught by Thompson for 15 more yards. So he had the incredibly explosive first half. Here he's making another grab in the second half, late in the 3rd quarter. Let's look at it. So just runs to that second level, about 10 yards, and jumps up, makes the grab. 1st down, they keep marching, keep moving the chains, and getting what is necessary for the 1st down. Others play fake. Dags throwing. It's caught, and they're down on like the 1-yard line. That's Clifton Fenton. Another big play. 21 yards. Too much space. Aiden Dags, I've already said I think is the best quarterback in the D-League. Combine that with his receivers are just open all over the field because this secondary is relatively atrocious. I say relatively because this guy right here, Power, he's pretty good. I say Lamar Power is pretty good. Other than that, though, this secondary is all around below par. And here they just, let's look at Fenton. He runs like a weird slant post thing. And now Wooten does come in and make the tackle to stop him a yard short, maybe, yeah, a yard short, but I mean, you giving up so many passing yards today. Y'all are playing horrible pass coverage. Both teams not covering the pass well, but I would say the Scorpions more consistently giving up the big plays. And there's a yard to Faraday, but it's not enough. They're a few inches short now. 2nd and goal from like the 2-inch line. Literally almost on the goal line to start, but they didn't get the playoff in time. That ends the 3rd quarter. Score is 24-23. The Scorpions are up against the others. But although the Scorpions are the home team, the others have looked relatively dominant. See if they score a touchdown here or if they have to settle for 3. They will score a touchdown. Faraday, he gets credited with no yards on that run, but he does get credited with the touchdown. And that's all they wanted. Wow, that was pretty close, but the goal line surge is going to work out for him. Here it is again. They hand it to Faraday. He's running. It looks like the ball does cross. I mean, it's really hard to see. There's a lot of bodies. Oh, yeah, I think the ball definitely crossed. Touchdown, others. They take the lead, and they're going to go for 2, so a quick audible here from the Scorpions. And that's a not a touchdown, a 2-point conversion. They throw it to Dobson, who is not a primary tight end. He's like 2nd or 3rd string. I think it's 2nd string. And they get the 2-point conversion, so now they're up by a full 7 points. And not just 5 or 6. Which means if the Scorpions need a touchdown to tie, not a touchdown to win. Here's the kick. We still have most of the 4th quarter to go, if I'm correct. I could be totally wrong. That's just what I kind of remember off the top of my head. Yeah, we have all of the 4th quarter to go, so still anything could happen. This is anyone's game. But it will be interesting to see who comes out with the win in this one. Tebow throws this one to the right, and Smith going to lose 3 yards. They're able to get to him quickly behind the line of scrimmage. Tebow throws it to him and just says, hey, go make a play. Makes one guy miss, but the linebackers show off some speed. So 2nd and 13. Tebow dropping back to throw. Throws it up to Collier, number 17. He makes the grab and makes 2 defenders miss. 3, and he fumbles. And I want to say the Scorpions recover. I have no idea to figure out. Yes, they did recover. Let's look at this play. So Collier's going to run a corner here against what looks to be man coverage. And the man coverage isn't that good, so nice decision, nice throw. Jukes out. Mequad jukes out, number 48. Jukes out the next defender, but here comes Hag, number 21. Pops him. Looked like helmet to shoulder, but just hits him so hard that he can't hang on to the football. And he stands up and runs away. I'm not sure what that's about. But number 83, Allison, saves the day, diving on the ball. Saves the day for the Scorpions. Diving on the ball and keeping possession. So after the big play down on the 34, Malcolm Smith going to pick up 3 on the draw. That draw worked pretty well, I would say. They got all the pressure to come to the outsides, thinking it was a pass. And he gets a little bit of space. Does get grabbed from behind. 2nd and 7. Tebow dropping back again. Immediately takes off to the left and tackle. That's a sack. It's going to lose 2. They didn't credit, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Navarrete? Navarrete? I don't know. He made a solo sack there, and they didn't give him a sack, so interesting there. 3rd and 9. Big play here. And Tebow going to get sacked again. He cannot get away from this defense. That's been one of the biggest dynamics for the Scorpions this season. Is when a play breaks down in coverage and they don't get anything. Tebow usually is just outrunning all of these players, or all of these defenses. But this defense isn't giving him any slack. Going to bring up 4th and 9. So this is not going to give them the lead, but it will cut it to 4 points. Santa Claus, Alon Santa Claus from 53. And it looks short. It is short. He misses it. We're definitely going to look at this again just to see how short it was. Might have been user error, actually. I think I might not have held down the stick as much as I could. Oh, yeah, this is... he might could have made this. I might have screwed him over, but regardless, you can't change the past, and it's still a 7-point game. The others will take over on their own 33 following the turnover on downs. If they score here, it's going to be really tough for the Scorpions to come back. All right, 2nd and 8 now after the 2-yard gain. Dags, play fake, throwing right, and intended for Thompson, but it goes nowhere, falls incomplete. Let's watch it again. Oh, Thompson was just out of bounds. Intended for Thompson, but he ran the route a little too far. Maybe he threw it too far out of bounds. Either way, no gain. Here's a run up the gut on 3rd and 8. So they're playing it conservative. They pick up 3. It's going to bring up 4th and 5. So quick 3 and out for the others, but they do have the lead, a full 7-point lead. So maybe it's not that questionable. I would have been trying to score because, me personally, I would have been trying to score because a touchdown on that drive basically kills the Scorpions' chances. But regardless, here's the punt. Connor Randall back to return. And he's making everybody miss, and he makes a mistake juking left. He had like 6 dudes on the ground with only 2 jukes. I'm just curious how much, I want to know how much field was in front of him after that last juke. Like if he would have committed. So yeah, look at this. 1 juke, there's 3 guys. Another juke. Okay, so, okay, whatever. 3 jukes for 5 people. You get my math. Oh, wow. Cuts this up the field and makes a mistake to juke out. If he jukes in right here, or maybe just continues to run straight, could be a touchdown. But what happened, and now they get to start on their own 35. Only down 7. Tebow throws this right side. Collier makes the grab. And tackled by Mikwa after making a juke and picking up 28 yards. First and 10 now after the big play on the opponent 37. Tebow's going to throw this towards the sideline, and it's caught. 8 yards for Allison. I think that's Mario Allison. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It looked like both feet were down, but it could be questionable. Let's look at this again. So Allison is this receiver? Oh, definitely not. Yeah, here it is. Drag route, Allison. Tebow's just like, hey, I'm just going to get the check down. So there's the catch. Right foot, left foot. Oh, that's close. I mean, maybe he was out. It looks like he was out, but maybe the front part of his foot didn't touch. Oh, see how it kind of comes back in? See, maybe the front, maybe his toes didn't touch. Maybe they were like above the ground. I don't know what. They give it to him. It was real close. 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2 now. Tebow breaks a tackle and gets tackled, losing a yard. So the play looked promising for Tebow. He had 1 guy in front of him, 1 guy behind him after breaking the tackle, and then he would have had a first down, but he hasn't been able to get it done on the ground. He cannot find any space to run with the football. 3rd and 3. He's about to go down, and then he does. So he avoids 1 sack, and then Murphy cleans up the garbage, takes out the garbage. tries to avoid a sack and does so successfully and had field in front of him, but he's busy trying to regain his balance instead of cutting up the field, and now they have to punt. They might have been in field goal range before that sack. So keep that in mind. They might have been able to cut it to a 4-point deficit. Flowers punts this one away and towards the sideline. And it's a pretty solid hit on Meekwah. Meekwah's down inside the 10, around the 8. Spotted down at the 9. So 1st and 10, the others, 98 yards to go. And they give it to Warren. TJ Warren's going to go nowhere. The delayed handoff worked. There was some room initially, but the gap is closed quickly here, number 71. After the first run, they line up 5 wide, and maybe they're burning clock. It kind of looks like they are. That's a smart play. It's good to see the computer do something smart. They're definitely burning clock here. After the last game, when they were not calling timeouts, when they should have. Here, they finally snap it. Dags is going to throw, and they got a completion. 14 yards to Shoal. You could call him School. It's spelled School, but without 2 O's, 2 L's instead. I'm going to call him Shoal. And so they move the chains, and that's going to keep it moving. Keep the clock moving as well. And it's going to be interesting to see where the Scorpions end up calling their timeouts at. They might not be able to, because, heck, this offense could march the distance of the field. Oh, wow. Good job by Lamar Power III to hang on, because he got hit pretty hard. He got taken for a ride. His clock is moving. They line up trips right. If they keep burning the clock like this, the Scorpions are going to have to start calling some timeouts, but it might be too little too late. This is looking like some very good game management by the parts unknown others. They finally snap the ball, and there's a sack. The snap is jumped, and Dags does get sacked. There's his game totals, though, 320 yards. Only 1 passing touchdown, but doesn't necessarily matter. And with the time on the clock, the Scorpions are just going to take a bet here, call a timeout. If they can get a stop, call a timeout, get another stop, and then call a timeout, then it kind of makes sense, right? Because then they'll have enough time. They'll have adequate time to score a touchdown and tie the game. Here's the run. It goes for only 2, so that's a stop. That counts. There's a stop on that play. They give it to Warren, who only gained 2. So they're going to call another timeout. And Scorpions have to not allow a first down here and then stop the clock. And then they'll have no timeouts, but they'll have like 40-ish seconds, maybe a little less. And here they're going to go to that counter run. Warren might pick up a first. Oh, wow, a yard short. So he made that way more interesting than anticipated, because you know they're going to run here trying to burn clock, make you call that timeout. And he almost got a first down. It looked like he could have very easily. But there's the timeout. The Scorpions have no timeouts left. They have 37 seconds to score a touchdown and tie this game up. It's their only chance at this point. And no timeouts, so the clock is moving after this play, after the punt. And Randall tackled by Faraday. If he would have slipped that tackle, looked like he had some space in front of him, maybe some potential, but they're going to have to start on their own 38. It's a lot of yardage they're going to have to pick up. Tebow drops back to throw. Tebow throws this one, puts a lot of arm behind it. Right side leads the receiver and almost picked off. This hit Meekwah in the hands. This would have easily sealed the game. You should have seen how big my eyes got as Tebow launches this down the field to Fletcher. Or no, sorry. That's Ethan York, not Fletcher. And luckily for the Scorpions, it falls incomplete. But crazy play there. Here's the second down play. Tebow going back to the air and overthrows York. That would have been big. That would have been a completion. He could have got out of bounds. Got them a little bit closer, but now they're looking at third down. At first, you're looking at how quickly can we get up the field. Now you're like, hey, can we just get 10 yards? And Tebow throws this one in the dirt. It's 4th and 10. I guess he wanted to stop the clock. I didn't see anything he liked there. And now they have to go for it on 4th down. Tebow throws this one up and dropped. Connor Randall can't hang on. That's going to end the game unless something crazy happens in the next 3 seconds. The others are going to come out with this win. Tebow might have thrown this too deep, but Randall gets his hands on the football. He just never caught it. Now, you can argue, well, let me show you something, right? Let me show you something real quick. So Connor Randall, good receiver, like one of the top 2 in our team in yards. I don't remember if he's first or second, but it's one thing to catch the ball and then get hit and then you drop it, but he never had possession. See how it hits his hand and bounces? Like, he doesn't have it right now. No one's touched him, so that's a drop. Now, he might have lost it on contact, and maybe you could blame it on that, but he drops the ball and then breaks what would have been the tackle. And maybe has a touchdown in front of him. Now, Mequa's behind him. Mequa, as we saw, hella fast. But that's a drop. So we'll never know if he would have been able to hang on through the contact and break the tackles. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. So Connor Randall, the man of the day for them, but still, all the things that he did end up not being good enough. He ended up not having enough in the tank. And they're probably going to run the ball here one time. Clock's going to run out. Yeah, here it is. They give it to Faraday. He gets nothing. They don't care. That's the end of the game. Final score, 31-24. Parts unknown others come to San Antonio and beat the San Antonio Scorpions, so that's big. Anytime you can win an away game, that is big, especially because they beat the #1 team in the league. The San Antonio Scorpions did have the best record coming into this game. Now there's a 3-way tie. There are 3 teams that have 3 wins and 2 losses. 2 of them are on the field right now, and one of them, is that the Austin Bulls? I can pull it up real quick. The other team standings is the Savages, sorry. So Scorpions, Savages, and others, all 3-2 after this game. Tim Tebow gets player of the game, which is interesting to me. I thought they would give it to Aiden Daggs. We'll have to look at the stats. Davon Murphy picks up defensive player of the game. So here's the team stats. Pause if needed if you're interested in the team stats. I'm more interested in the player stats. I care about the team stats, but player stats are more interesting to me. Let's go ahead and get into it. Passing comparison. Tim Tebow, 249 yards, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns, good completion percentage. He got sacked 7 times. That's a lot of times to get sacked. But, so I would say he played really well. 14.7 per throw. That's pretty good. Other side, is it because of the touchdowns? Yeah, it is. Other side, you have Aiden Daggs, who threw a 73 completion percentage. Really high. A 12.3 is still really good. He got outshined on the 12.3 per throw, but the average yards per throw at 12.3 is still really good. 320 yards, that's great. Only 1 touchdown, no picks, so no picks is always good. Only 1 touchdown. I mean, they were getting it done in so many ways, and he was marching the field, and then they would hand it off and punch it in from close, or they kicked like 3 field goals this game. So I mean, yeah, maybe he could have scored another touchdown or 2, but I still think he outperformed Tebow. Because Tebow did have a few guys who made plays, who extended plays for him to give him more of those yards per throw, give him that 14.7 average yards per attempt. But, hey, it is what it is. Let's go to rushing. Malcolm Smith, only 26 yards today, only 12 carries. This was a back-and-forth game. They could only run the ball for so long to try and keep up, so they kind of had to pull the plug on Smith. He wasn't playing that bad. They kind of had to just say, hey, sorry, not today, right? Like, we're going to run next time. We can't run it today. Other side, they were consistent with the run. They had 2 rushing touchdowns, both from Faraday. He almost averaged 3 yards a carry, 61 yards total. And then their backup, Warren, pretty good too. 10 yards on 4 carries. Look at the receiving. Connor Randall, 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, very impressive day, especially with the 68-yard touchdown. Collier, 65 yards on 2 grabs. Very impressive. And did have a fumble, but they ended up recovering that. Fletcher, 39. York, 12. There's the rest of the stats. I do want to point this out. Connor Randall with 164 yards on only 4 catches. That's a record. 41 yards per grab. That is a record. 41 yards per catch is definitely a record in the D-League. Other side, Thompson, dominating first half. Only 1 catch in the second, but 129 yards. Brownlee with 80 yards and a touchdown. And Clifton Fenton played pretty good, 68 yards. I suck. Didn't play as good as he has in the past. Only 30 yards, but some games you play up, some games you play down. Looking at the defense, Walker had a sack for the Scorpions. That was like their only sack. And if you look at the other side, the others, Murphy, 2 sacks. Chappell, Leary, Adam forced the fumble. Billidu, Mequa both had sacks. And Simmons had a sack. So 7 sacks on the day. Pretty good. No interceptions for either team. Scorpions made 2 field goals. Others made 3 field goals. No return touchdowns in the punt return. But the kick return, Connor Randall did have a 79-yard kick return touchdown. So he scored 3 touchdowns on the day. And it still wasn't enough. So here's the score summary. After this, I'll wrap it all up. So yeah, there's the score summary. Your final score, once again, Parts Unknown Others beat the San Antonio Scorpions 31-24 in San Antonio. So impressive performance by the Others, considering the Scorpions had the best record in the D-League. It's going to go ahead and in this game for us. Definitely won't be streaming again tonight. Tomorrow is Saturday, so you can probably expect to stream Saturday. Just future notice. I do have some final exams coming up here in this next, my first exam is this Wednesday, and then that'll go for like a week and a half. I'll have exams. My last exam is on December 12th. So after that date, I'm on break, and I'll definitely be trying to push this backbreaker content. But from now until then, if it kind of falls off, if there's not as much content, just know I'm taking exams. I'm not trying to leave again for like the 12th time from YouTube or whatever the heck it is that I've disappeared. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching this interesting game, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.